happy 50th Women's League anniversary. This is great. It's great to see all of you here. And it's nice to see those that have been with us for a long time, like Sylvia. It's great to see you here. And but so the group that put this together has activities planned to celebrate this day. So we have activities at the short game practice area, and it's going to be tic-tac-chip. It's tic-tac-toe, chipping a golf ball, and it's just what you think it is. The only rule with that is in normal tic-tac-toe, either an X or an O occupies the spot, but in this you don't own the spot. So each team can still occupy a spot. So whoever gets 3 in a row first wins the game. And then we're going to play a golf version of pool. Has everyone shot pool before? Billiards? Yeah. So it's a golf version of that. It's called cow pasture pool. And you would have your own, each team would have their own color golf ball. And a team member would take an attempt to make it. And if she makes it, her partner would get to go. But if she doesn't make it, then that team would stop and it would rotate to the next team. So the partner would have to wait till it rotates around to take her turn. That's cow pasture pool. And then the other game is called pressure cooker. And so there's 3 boxes on the driving range. One that's about 60 yards, one that's about 75 yards, and one that's about 100 yards. And you earn points for when you hit balls into the box. So some of you have done that before. And so you need to be able to hit a ball 60 yards, 75 yards, and about 100 yards to earn points for your team. And so you're going to take turns rotating around these spots and just have fun with it. Just have fun with your partner and enjoy it.
Thank you for giving everyone the nice welcome. Everything we do is the result of good teamwork, and that we value your contribution to our team just as much. And as a thank you, we wanted to present you with this.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very thoughtful. Oh, and I had my own shirt. Isn't that funny? I love that color. Thank you. That's too cool. I'll wear this tomorrow.
It's all about the team.
Thank you.
It's all about the team.
That's very thoughtful.
Okay, great.
Okay, got one. Now I'm going down. Got a possible tic-tac, right?
And Lynn, right here.
Oh, we're going that way. Okay, good.
My name is Regina York, and I'm the president of the Lake Monticello Ladies Golf Association this year. And I want to welcome everyone to our 50th anniversary celebration. I want to welcome the Fluvanna High School golf team and their coach. I understand you have a match tomorrow at Western Albemarle? Okay. Good luck. You have our support. I can't say enough about how much we appreciate Mark and his staff in the pro shop. We also want to recognize and thank our maintenance crew who keep our beautiful course, in such fantastic shape all year long. And we also, how greatly we appreciate it when they help us find our lost golf balls on number 5. But this afternoon, we're here to celebrate 50 years of organized ladies golf here at the lake, our past, our present, and our future. 50 years ago, a group of women golfers here at the lake got together and formed this league. And just like the game of golf, it took sacrifice, perseverance, and a passion for the game. Today, we walk in their footsteps as we honor them and celebrate their efforts. Today, we have about 80 women on our roster. Women of all ages, backgrounds, and ability levels. Women who are here to enjoy and share the friendship, the teamwork, the challenges, like hitting the ball over the water on number 9, and also the successes that we've had, like winning the Jefferson Cup again and again and again. But it's also our hope that 50 years from now, this legacy will continue. And with the talent, the training, and the coaching that are available today, the future is looking very, very bright. So now I'm going to turn it over to Mark, who's going to introduce our speaker.
Thank you all. Thank you, Regina. And thank you for the opportunity to introduce our guest speaker today, Rhea Scott, the head coach for UVA Women's Golf. A few things about Rhea. She and her husband, Drew, have 2 sons, Walker and Grant. She's entering her 7th season at UVA. She's led UVA to 6 NCAA appearances. She's guided the Cavaliers to 4 tournament victories, including 5 top 3 finishes in the 23-24 season. She has set school records for scoring average and led the program to the best stroke average in its history. She was recognized as Virginia's Women's Golf Coach of the Year in 2019, 22, and 2023. So the Lake Monticello women want to thank you for celebrating with us today, and I want to thank you for coming out here and sharing your story with the rest of us. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Rhea Scott. Thank you.
It really is an honor for me to be able to share my story. Believe it or not, I continue to tell the story of our program quite a lot. But when Sandy asked me to share a little bit about my golf story, I was like, oh, I don't share that very often, actually. But golf is, has been a consistent common thread to my entire life. And I know for a fact I would not be in Charlottesville, Virginia today if it weren't for the game of golf. So I was born in the Philippines. We moved to the United States when I was 6 and played many sports growing up. I tried them all until one day my dad sat me down and said, honey, I don't think you have a future in basketball, so maybe you should stick with golf. So here I was. He told me about the opportunities at the time for potential college scholarships in golf, and I was really inspired by the increasing opportunities in women's sports and wanted to pursue golf in that way and really had my sights set on collegiate golf. Now, what I didn't know was that team golf and collegiate golf would change my life forever as well and lead into this career path. Like most junior golfers, I played junior golf in I grew up in Northern California. That's where I played my junior golf. Played collegiately at the University of California, Berkeley, which was only 30 minutes from where my parents lived at the time. I had the opportunity to play in some Philippine team events as well as in the United States because I was a dual citizen, and it's a little bit of a complicated story how I didn't feel Filipino enough because I now lived in the United States, even though I was still becoming a naturalized citizen of the U.S. So there was a little identity crisis there for me, admittedly, but it was an incredible opportunity anytime you get to represent your country, right? So collegiate golf, I went to Cal. Actually, coaches there believed in me as a walk-on, got an opportunity to join a new program there at Cal. And it was one of the most fulfilling experiences of my life and why I came back and continue to coach in team golf. So what you all have is so, so special because we take both with the Lake Monticello ladies when you play in team events and with Fluvanna Golf and all high school golf in general and college golf you get to play golf in a team setting. You know, it's this individual sport you can work on your own, but truly bringing it together as a team is what makes it special. I tried to continue my career in professional golf and played all over the world. I got an opportunity to have some starts in Asia. A lot of my sponsors were in Asia at the time, like Mizuno, distributors out of there, and then, you know, played on the Asian tour. And let me tell you, even though I am Asian, you go over there, and if you've never played in a tournament and you can't read any of the signage, it's like, it's still a challenging adjustment. So wonderful experiences, got to do that, thought that's what I wanted to do, got sidelined for a little bit from a back injury, you know, couple herniated discs and pain going down your leg through nerve pain, and that'll make you rethink some things when it's hard to put your socks on. So I, in one of those breaks for my injury, I went back to the Bay Area, approached the coaches at Stanford about working their golf camps, and let me tell you, that's where I discovered my love for coaching. So at the end of camp, one of the kids attending camp said, Coach Rhea, I want you to meet my mom. And then the kid pulled me over to mom, and he said, she really helped me with my flop shot this week. It's awesome. I can't wait for you to see it. And so just realizing how fulfilling it was to help other people reach their goals is what got me started down the path of wanting to pursue coaching. My coaching career, I would say, started because the University of San Francisco could not find anybody else that wanted to work for peanuts. And school had already started for them that season. So there they were, stuck, and I happened to be, I would say, at the right place at the right time. And they probably thought to themselves, she's 26, she's played college golf before, at least she can get them around and she knows what those college golf tournaments look like. But to me, I treated that as my master's degree and my deep dive into coaching, and I really wanted to learn everything that I could. I remember stepping in to that position on day one. My athletic director handed me the keys to my office. I sat down and I had that moment of, oh, now what? So, anybody ever felt like that in a job before? Yeah. We had 6 players on the team there at the University of San Francisco. 3 of them were graduating. So if I didn't get into gear, I would only have a team of 3, and you need 4 or 5 to play college golf. So I needed to get recruits, I needed to get a spring schedule, I needed to get uniforms, and it was 2 weeks to our first tournament. So to this day, I would say those years at USF were some of my most rewarding years because I saw the results pretty quickly of some hard work and putting the pedal to the metal down there. So that first year, we had an individual qualify for NCAA regionals. And the following year, I found some transfers and got that little team into the top 25 in the country. So that was a fun experience. I was recruited, I would say recruited, but one of the athletic directors up at Oregon took notice when my little USF team was beating them on their home course. I remember she pulled me into her golf cart that was shielded with the rain guards on the sides, you know, the covers for the winter. She said, "Come on in here," and had a serious conversation with me about moving up to Oregon, and ended up coaching there for 9 years. So I was at the time probably the youngest Division I golf coach in the country, and I know that for a long while I was certainly the only minority and foreign-born coach in the country as well. So 9 years at Oregon, both boys born there. Had some success, had some ups and downs, and took a team to match play at the national championship there, which was a really big accomplishment in our world. But it wasn't until I got the call here from Virginia that it opened my eyes to what's over here. So this is my favorite place that I've ever lived. I get to recruit to genuine things that I truly believe in, like great people, wonderful location, amazing academics. And in years past, I think I was trying to recruit to things that didn't matter as much, maybe a little sizzle, not a lot of steak, is what my sports information director would say in the past. But it's been a wonderful journey here. Last year, UVA Women's Golf, we celebrated our 20th anniversary as a program. I'm only the third head coach at UVA, and the program's seen a lot of success. As mentioned, we've qualified for the national championship quite often, and let's see, out of the last 5 years, there's only 6 teams in the country that have a better record than us in qualifying for nationals, so that's been fun. We are one of only 2 teams in the ACC that have qualified for match play every single year, so that's fun. And just, again, continuing to recruit players to things that I really believe in addition to, doing what I loved at that golf camp. When that kid pulled me aside and said I helped him reach his goals, that's what I get to do every day, is I get to help players reach their goals in my job, and that's way more fulfilling for me than, personally, putting my head down and working on my own thing. So I love team golf. I loved coming back to college golf and being able to create that setting for our student athletes. And over and over again, when I see players reach their goals during our program or even in the years after our program, we are so fulfilled. The sport is changing, golf is growing, and it's really an exciting time to be part of college golf. So for those of you that don't know, there are 270 women's teams, and that's just in Division I. So for those of you on the high school team looking to play college golf, that's just Division I. What more? D2, D3, NAIA. So if you want to play college golf, there's a place for you somewhere if you're determined and you want to work at it. 270 teams just in Division I, and every year 72 qualify for the tournament, which are regionals. We are lucky enough this coming year to host a regional here in Charlottesville, so we're really excited about that. Out of the regions, 6 teams advance from each region to the finals site, where there are 30 teams competing for the final championship. So it's pretty intense. It's probably the most stressful week in golf, and we get to have it right in our own backyard. Part of why I love sharing my college golf story and a little bit of my golf journey is because, again, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the game of golf. I wouldn't be married to my husband, who's from North Carolina, if it weren't for the game of golf. Just so many things that those of us that have been in the game for a long time know, but maybe for the young people who are just starting, you just never know where these opportunities with this game are going to take you. I had no idea it would take me to Charlottesville, Virginia, or UVA, or the University of Oregon. I had no idea I'd meet my spouse from it. I had no idea it would help me travel the world. I've been to South Africa and Korea and Japan for tournaments. In fact, I get to take my team to Japan for a tournament next week. So it's just one of these games that truly transcends just the golf course, And that's what I love about it, and that's why I'm honored to be part of this celebration, because I know it's more than just about celebrating 50 years of golf. It's 50 years of connection and friendship and camaraderie and, potential relationships and business connections. So all of those things, and I think that's why golf is such a powerful game. I'd love to answer any questions you all have about college golf. So the question was, which colleges are our biggest competitors? frequently colleges that have a similar profile, high academic, excellent in sport, so Stanford, Duke, Stanford now in our conference, right? And Wake Forest, I would say, is also a rival school for us in the conference. When you have two parents that both played professional golf, I think you can go either way. You can be a really pushy parent, or you can go the other direction. Let's just say we're the parents that still want them to explore everything, and they're trying to find their passion. So, is there a charge for the gallery to walk around at Birdwood? There is not. Come one, come all, we would love some support. Yes, the Peggy Kirkbill tour is incredible. It's been wonderful for the development of girls, and they make it so comfortable, especially for those girls trying to get into competition. So I'm really grateful that you all are so supportive of that tour. So during the season, we're quite busy, and our players work out twice a week as a team, and then a third day sort of on their own. And then when we fall out of tournament season, when we get into November or so, we schedule 3 times a week when our travel schedule gets a little bit lighter. So our strength and conditioning coach has traveled quite a lot with us, so she understands the demands of the sport. She's seen us play with, Rose Zhang from Stanford. So she has that understanding of what our players need in terms of strength, but also mobility, flexibility, which all work together. I have not played out here, actually. However, I was driving into this community, as many of you may know, having a hard time getting into the gates, and I'm driving around thinking, this is why they lock this place up, because they want to keep it their special little secret over here, and driving by the lake is just so beautiful, too. What have your golfers gone on to do after Virginia? And there is a wide range, but it is neat to see when they continue to integrate golf into their careers. I have never been out here. It's a great opportunity for me too to connect with some parts of the community that I've never been to like Monticello. That might be clear from my directional challenges today. But no, this is a wonderful opportunity for us too to be able to share about our program and also help make you all aware of some of the big events coming up that we might need a little support for. We are a coaching staff of 2. And that's pretty common in women's collegiate golf. We do have an extensive support staff program where there's so many resources at these colleges now. We're so fortunate to have clinical sports psychologists, nutritionists, strength and conditioning coaches, equipment managers to help us. So truly, it takes a village to run a team of 9 women. So actually, I had a tournament operations meeting today with the tournament management staff that's helping us put it on, and we do have a list of volunteer needs that we would really appreciate. So if you can do live scoring on a phone, we provide the phone and a Wi-Fi thing. We'd be happy to have folks helping out with that, or shuttling, or spotting some balls in some of those blind areas of Birdwood. That would be really, really helpful. And you get to watch top collegiate golf while you're doing it too. You get put in a lot of different environments that are going to be challenging, right? How do you deal with those? How do you transfer your game from one course to another? How do you adapt when the conditions are changing? When you're playing with somebody fast or slow that's not your tempo. So all of those things, and just knowing how to conduct yourself in these various environments. So the 6 scholarships that we have to divvy out are full scholarships, which does mean they include room and board, tuition, books. Virginia did an excellent job. If you walk through our facility, everything for the men and women are spot on equal in terms of spaces and yes. So that's excellent. That's always a pride point for me whenever I tour people around our facility. In terms of support, I would say the highest level men still continue to obviously make more money in golf, whether it's the highest level amateur sponsorships, and that's a whole nother thing, right? The fact that we can pay amateurs for sponsorships now versus women, they still tend to make more. But in terms of scholarship, the men actually work with 4.5 scholarships to our 6, and that's a Title IX thing, because essentially it has to be equal men's and women's scholarships across the department.
Thank you, Rhea, for
Of
sharing your
course,
story
of
with
course.
us. And don't go away. Stay right here.
Thank you for your
You're so-
enthusiasm and sharing your story. It's
You're
been
so
wonderful.
kind. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you.
And I'm very happy to say that the LMLGA is making a donation to the UVA Athletics Foundation for the Women's Golf Enhancement Fund. I really appreciate everybody coming out. I appreciate the support from the high school as well, and you have our support as well. So good luck in your match tomorrow.